Okay, so after you raise and support your vehicle, the next thing you want to do is remove your lug nuts. Remove your wheel. Okay, so next what we need to do is spray down our points that we're going to be removing. So we're going to take out this bolt, give it a little spray, all in here, spray this side, right up in between there, and we'll let it sit and do its job. Let's use a 10mm and remove this bolt. There we go. Next we're going to remove this clip using some pliers. Just grab along the top and the bottom of it, give it a squeeze. It should want to slide right out. So next we're going to remove the bolts that are right here. You've got one here and one there. There's two nuts on the back side. The nuts are 24 and the bolt head is a 21. Next we're just going to use our hammer and bonk these bolts out. Give this a wiggle and separate the two. Next we're going to use our 36mm socket and remove our axle nut. Now you can use a punch with a hammer and go right in the center, or if you have access to an air chisel, use that. Either way, go in the center of the axle. We'll bring this down. Be very careful for your brake flex hose and of course the ABS wire. Awesome. So now let's grab our axle and just slide it out of here. Next we're going to grab a pry bar and a collection bucket and we're going to go underneath the vehicle. Just going to use this little mini bungee cord here, tie it up like this, put it up on here, and that should just protect me from the axle falling down and hurting me. Take a nice long pry bar, just go right between the transmission and the axle and try to pry that axle out of there. Okay, fluid's going right into our collection bucket. Okay, let's get our little bungee cord off of here, grab our axle. It should want to slide out. There we go. So now would be a perfect time to change your axle seal. Assuming you're not, take a rag, clean down the area and inspect it. Make sure that there's no dry rotted cracks. This one looks really good. We're going to reuse it. It's time to install our new axle. That should want to slide in. We're going to grab our rubber mallet. Just try to give it a couple loving bonks here. All right, that definitely went in. Let's just spray this splined area with some copper never sees. Reinsert your axle into the bearing. Line everything up. On to the next step. Just going to clean down the area from any transmission fluid that may have come out. Get this lined up. That's great. Grab our bolts here. These nuts on here. Let's bottom these out. We're going to torque these to 166 foot-pounds. Torqued, torqued. All right, let's get our axle nut on here. Get this bolt back in. The brake hose down through there, just like this. Slide the ABS wire in, give it a tug, make sure it's secure. All right, so now we're going to take a nice long pry bar, go straight through the lug studs just like this, so that'll hold the rotor from wanting to turn. And we're going to torque this down to 258 foot-pounds. Torqued. All right, let's get our wheel up onto the vehicle. Start one of our lug nuts. Do the same to the other four. All right, let's bottom out our lug nuts. We'll torque these to manufacturer's specifications. Let's torque these to 100 foot-pounds. Torqued. Okay, so let's get under the hood, and it's time to check your transmission fluid. You want to make sure that you check it and top it off with the manufacturer's specific fluid.